मुबारक 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 ये दिन हो
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to Jalsa Buildup Live, the program that takes you behind the scenes of this year's Jalsa preparations. Viewers, welcome. In today's program, and inshallah over the next week, we'll show you a behind the scenes coverage of this year's Jalsa preparations. We'll also get some reports and updates from our 3 key locations. Here in Fazl Mosque, we'll also be heading over to Bet al-Fatu, and of course to Hadiqat al-Mahdi, where Jalsa inshallah will start on Friday, next Friday. So let's first head over and meet our co-presenters. Covering Bet al-Fatu will be Khalid. So heading over to Khalid. Assalamu alaikum, Khalid.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. You join me here outside of the Beit al-Fatu complex, which is one of the key hubs of the Jalsa preparation. Today we have for you lined up 2 interviews. One is with a very special guest, the officer Jalsa Salana, who has given us some of his spare time to give us an update of the Jalsa progress. The second interview will be with the Nazim reception for Beit al-Fatu. Back over to you, Zakaria.
Jazakallah Khalid. Well, we'll look forward to hearing from you a little later in the show. Inshallah, later we'll also be heading over to Hadiqat al-Mahdi. But for now, we've heard from Khalid. We'd also love to hear from you as well. So please do get in touch with us. You can do so a number of ways. You can email us, but that's at jalsaconnect@mta.tv, or tweet at jalsaconnect. So that's email jalsaconnect@mta.tv and tweet at jalsaconnect. You can also catch up on the latest with the Jalsa preparations and get into the spirit of the Jalsa build-up by visiting our blog. The blog is at mtatv@jalsaconnect. That's mtatv@jalsaconnect. So we look forward to hearing your views, your opinions, your comments. Please do let us know, and inshallah later in the show I'll get some time to read some of your comments and your tweets. So now I think we're going to start the show by getting in an update from Khalid, who's in Bet al-Fatu. I understand Khalid is is there with one of the organizers, possibly of Salana. So I'm going to head over and hand over to Khalid, who is in Bet al-Fatu. Jazakallah from me. Over to you, Khalid.
Assalamu alaikum, Zak. Yes, we're here standing outside of the Jalsa Salana offices, and inshallah we'll be speaking with Officer Jalsa Salana, as we mentioned earlier. And we're just heading towards his office. He's given us some of his time to give us an update on the preparations for the Jalsa. We just walked past the Jalsa Go office, and here's the Jalsa Salana office. So if you want to come in with me, this is the main Jalsa office, and inside here will be Officer Jalsa Salana's office. So we're just waiting for Officer Jalsa Salana to get off the phone before we have a short interview with him. And as you can see, the Jalsa office here works on preparing the badges and the passes for Jalsa Salana, as well as many other items of preparations for Jalsa. So I think he's ready now, so if you want to come in. Assalamu alaikum, Officer Jalsa Salana. If you could give us a few minutes of your time, we'd just like to ask you a few questions about the Jalsa. Can you tell us what the main aim of the Jalsa is?
Well, obviously we know that this is a very unusual and blessed and unique gathering of people. So Hazrat Masih al-Islam had this vision to have a Jalsa, and UK now is a special Jalsa because obviously Khalifatul Masih is amongst us, and so we try to accommodate guests from around the world. So this is a very unique opportunity for the UK Jamaat to do its bit for the whole of the worldwide Ahmadiyya community.
Okay. This year will be the 47th Jalsa for the UK. Can you explain to the viewers how the scale of the Jalsa has changed over the years from being a very small Jalsa to what it is now, in terms of both the attendance and also the organisation behind it?
Well, those of us that are old enough to remember, they'll know that the Jalsa started in Mahmud Hall. And today, by the grace of Allah, we are in a 200-acre site, and even sometimes that looks squeezed in for us. So we have gone for an amazing transformation from 1984 to what we have today. And it is purely down to the blessings of Khilafat. Because since Khalifatul Masih has arrived here, we know we've had blessing after blessing and growth after growth.
And in terms of the organisation, so I know you start preparing well in advance. So could you tell us how or when you start the actual planning and when the actual physical work starts?
Well, in reality, we never stop, because as soon as one Jalsa finishes, we're winding up the one Jalsa and almost starting on the next. So it is an ongoing process for the whole year. But work on site, of course, we have some restrictions for planning conditions for the local authority. So we have a 28-day window in which to turn a farm into this town, and then within that 28-day period, return it back into a farm. So the work in earnest starts within those 28-day periods on site. But beforehand, a lot of work is done, and by the grace of Allah, the workers work tirelessly to make this happen. Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah, Allah has blessed this Jamaat with unique abilities for people to work like yourself, like all the people around us. Everybody does their bit, and it's like a well-oiled machine. Everybody's part of a very good routine that they follow.
Okay. Year on year, we strive to sort of improve the Jalsa, and every year we try to do something different or something new. What can we expect this year, or what can the attendees expect this year that will be different?
Alhamdulillah, the best thing that I can say to you this year that's happening, and I'm sure when our guests come and they'll see it, and I'm sure your television station will show it as well, that the new roti plant is, mashallah, installed now permanently in Hadikatul Mahdi. It's a brand new state-of-the-art roti plant that can produce 10,000, upwards of 10,000 rotis per hour. And these are proper rotis, not naans, not pita breads, but proper, homemade rotis. And everybody who's eating them is enjoying them, and we're hoping that this will be something special for everyone to see. And of course, we have a purpose-built kitchen as well on site for the first time. We don't have to erect it just for the Jalsa. Both these facilities will be there permanently in Hadikatul Mahdi.
And how are you getting on in terms of the preparations for the Jalsa itself? Is everything going according to plan?
On site, the marquees are practically 90% complete. Our aim has always been for the inauguration to be our target, rather than waiting for the Jalsa to start. So we make sure that for Hazur's visit on Sunday, inshallah, we will have a site that's ready for Jalsa almost even on that day. So by the grace of Allah, we're pleased with the progress. The boys are working very hard, as I said, on site, despite today's rainfall. But overall, the weather's been very good, and we're very blessed.
Thank you very much for your time, viewers. And now we're going to head back to Zakaria.
Jazakallah Khalid, and of course Jazakallah for Officer Salana for his time there. I'm sure he's very, very busy at this time, and he's managed to give us a few minutes there to give our viewers an update on how the preparations are going. And it sounds like they're going well. Of course, the new roti plant, the Langar area is of course a massive logistical task, and it sounds like 90% of the Jalsa is also complete. So Alhamdulillah, we're grateful to God that inshallah things will be ready in time. Well, now viewers, we're going to head over. Well, for your enjoyment, we have a short video on the introduction to Jalsa, so please do enjoy the video.
The Jalsa Salana was initiated by the holy founder of the Ahmadiyya community, the promised Messiah and Mahdi, on whom be peace, in the remote village of Qadian, India in 1891. The event has claimed an international status, with the gathering taking place in many of the countries where the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat has been established. However, the British soil has been blessed with the opportunity to stage the international convention annually under the blessed guidance and presence of Khalifatul Masih since 1984. So blessed is the auspicious occasion that members of the Jamaat gather from all across the world to simply witness and be a part of the religious gathering every year. The promised Messiah, on whom be peace, states,
"The primary purpose of this convention is to enable every sincere individual to personally experience religious benefits. They may enhance their knowledge, and due to their being blessed and enabled by Allah the Exalted, their perception of Allah may progress. Among its secondary benefits is that this congregational meeting together will promote mutual introduction among all brothers, and it will strengthen the fraternal ties within this community.
The United Kingdom hosted its first Jalsa Salana in 1949, and this year marks the 47th Jalsa Salana in the UK. The blessed and spiritually fueled gathering spans over a 3-day period, drawing an ever-increasing number of attendees. With the arrival of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih in London, the Ahmadiyya community purchased land in Tilford, Surrey in 1984, specifically for the convention. Hazrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad, on whom be peace, named the site Islamabad, the abode of peace. From that very year, the site was used for the convention. However, as the number of attendees outgrew Islamabad, Jalsa Salana UK was held at the MOD Arena of Rushmore in Aldershot in 2005. In 2006, by the grace of Allah the Exalted, the UK Jamaat procured a sizable land in Hampshire to host the convention in order to meet the growing needs of the continuous expansion. Our beloved Imam, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, may Allah strengthen his hands, named the site Hadiqatul Mahdi. The Jalsa Salana UK will commence on a Friday with Hazur Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Nasr al-Aziz leading the Friday sermon and prayer. Hazur will then inshallah hoist the Lawaya Ahmadiyya. This flag will be surrounded by many other flags, signifying the international status of the Jalsa Salana. The Jalsa program continues for 3 consecutive days, the highlight being the faith-inspiring addresses of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih. The entire proceedings of the convention will be simultaneously relayed across the world through MTA and many social media streams, and translated into all major languages of the world, so that the entire world can derive full benefit from the Jalsa Salana. Another highlight of the proceedings is the international bed ceremony. All attendees and viewers around the world will inshallah perform the oath of allegiance at the hand of our beloved Imam, Hazrat Khalifatul Masih. So come along and experience this unique journey with MTA International.
Welcome back, viewers. That was, of course, a short VT on an introduction to Jalsa. Hope you enjoyed that. Well, viewers, as I mentioned earlier, you can contact us and we would love to hear from you. Please do email us either at jalsaconnect@mta.tv. You can also tweet at jalsaconnect. A couple of tweets we received so far. So, like Ahmad Sahib has tweeted, well, he's in fact quoted Officer Jalsa Salana from the interview, so he's obviously been watching the program. He says, Nasir Khan Sahib in his interview, of course, mentioned, we try to accommodate guests from around the world. Of course, that's part of one of the big parts of the Nizamat, and inshallah we'll show you the reception Nizamat later from Baitul Fatu as well, and see how they were accommodated. Also, later in the show we'll have an interview with a guest here from Fazl Mosque, so that we can see, from the various bits of the world that the guests have already started arriving, because of course the hospitality period has begun for Jalsa. So, viewers, I think now we're going to head back to Baitul Fatu, just to give you a quick update on how things are progressing in Baitul Fatu. There we have the picture of Baitul Fatu, the front mosque. As you can see, the preparations are ongoing. So we're going to head over there and then catch up with Khalid just to find out how things are going. Assalamu alaikum, Khalid.
Baitul Fatu complex, one of the first things that you will notice is this small marquee on my left here. This is where the reception department is located, and we will now go over and speak to the Nazim reception for Baitul Fatu, Yasir Sab. Assalamu alaikum, Yasir Sab. Yasir Sab, just got a few questions for you about your department. Can you tell us what the role of the reception department is?
Rahim. Well, the basic aim of this department is to welcome the guests and greet them here. We also give out information to various departments where they are in the Baitul Fatu. For example, the Langar, the registration office, and the car pass office.
And how many guests have arrived so far, and how many more are you expecting in the days coming up to Jalsa?
Well, guests are arriving here every day. So far we have around 100 guests here in the mosque. And expected guests, you can say before and after Jalsa, is about 1,000.
And how many guests, or how many different countries have the guests come from?
All over the world, from Africa to from America, Australia as well.
International. Another question. So if I'm a guest coming from, let's say, Ghana, and I come here to Beit al-Futuh, what's the procedure? What do I have to do?
Well, when the minibus gets you to Beit al-Futuh, we'll greet you straight away, and then we'll also at the same time we'll be asking you if you want any refreshment, tea, biscuits, or if you want to eat. We'll take you to the back of the marquee. Once you're back from the marquee, if you eat in, we'll take you to the Naib Afsar Jalsa Salana office, where he will allocate you to the various halls in Beit al-Futuh, and then after that we'll hand you over to the accommodation department.
And how many people are there in your department?
There are a total of 7 members in my department.
And you're going to be here 24 hours a day? Or?
So far we haven't started 24 hours, but from Sunday onwards we'll start a 24 hours duty.
Jazakallah very much, Yassab. There you go, cheers. That was the Nazim reception for Beit al-Futuh. And we'll now head back over to Zakaria.
Jazakallah Khalid, thanks for that. That was of course Nazim reception there in Beit al-Futuh, where the guests have started to arrive. Inshallah, we're going to take just a short break, so please enjoy this Nazim, and we'll see you shortly.
नजर नजर में लिए जान दिल के नजराने तवाफ शम्मा को फिर आ गए हैं परवाने.
A unique event uniting the world. 3 days of spirituality. Join us from the 30th of August till the 1st of September for exclusive live coverage of Jalsa Salana United Kingdom 2013. Our broadcast will inshallah include special documentaries, studio discussions, the international Bad ceremony, and the highlight of the event, the faith-inspiring speeches by Hazrat Khalifatul Masih V, Ayyadahullah Ta'ala binasrihil Aziz.
ये 3 दिन भी अजब रहमतों के दिन होंगे, नसीब हो के ना हो फिर ये दिन खुदा जाने.
Tune in to MTA International for exclusive coverage of Jalsa Salana United Kingdom from August the 30th to the 1st of September 2013.
ये दिन खुदा जाने नसीब हो के ना हो फिर ये दिन खुदा जाने. मुबारक 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 ये दिन हो मुबारक मुबारक हो ये दिन. ये जलसा हमारा ये दिन बरकतों के खुदा की इनायत और शफ़क़तों के. ये जलसा हमारा ये दिन बरकतों के खुदा की इनायत और शफ़क़तों के. ये जलसा हमारा ये दिन हो मुबारक मुबारक हो ये दिन. ये दिन हो मुबारक मुबारक हो ये दिन. खिलाफत से पुरनूर ये माह ये सिन. खिलाफत से पुरनूर یہ ماہ یہ سن خلافت سے پر نور یہ ماہ یہ سن یہ جلسہ ہمارا یہ دن برکتوں کے خدا کی عنایات اور شفقتوں کے یہ جلسہ ہمارا یہاں آسمانی گجر بج رہا ہے پھلوں سے الوہی شجر سج رہا ہے نئے پھول ہر شاخ پر کھل رہے ہیں جو ابر کرم سے گلے مل رہے ہیں 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 یہ جلسہ ہمارا یہ دن برکتوں کے خدا کی عنایات اور شفقتوں کے یہ جلسہ ہمارا مسیح زمان کے جو مہمان آئے خداوند اکبر کے فیضان پائے ہر ایک رخ پہ نور جمال سحر ہو کسی پہ نہ گردے ملال سفر ہو کسی پہ نہ گردے ملال سفر ہو یہ جلسہ ہمارا یہ دن برکتوں کے خدا کی عنایات اور شفقتوں کے یہ جلسہ ہمارا یہ دن ہو مبارک مبارک ہو یہ دن خلافت سے پر نور یہ ماہ یہ سن خلافت سے پر نور یہ ماہ یہ سن یہ جلسہ ہمارا یہ دن برکتوں کے خدا کی عنایات اور شفقتوں کے یہ جلسہ ہمارا وہ نور و نہایا حسین شہزادہ مسیحا کے منبر پہ ہے زیب جلوہ وفا رنگ جلوے بکھرنے لگے ہیں ہر ایک دل میں جذبے نکھرنے لگے ہیں 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 یہ جلسہ ہمارا یہ دن برکتوں کے خدا کی عنایات اور شفقتوں کے یہ جلسہ ہمارا یہ دن برکتوں کے خدا کی عنایات اور شفقتوں کے یہ جلسہ ہمارا حصار عافیت کا یہ اجلاس گاہ ہے حصار عافیت کا یہ اجلاس گاہ ہے یہیں پر ملیں گی جہاں کو پناہ.
Yeah, Jalsa Hamara. So of course our Jalsa will start next Friday from 30th of August and continue until the Sunday the 1st of September. It will be from Hadiqatul Mahdi. Inshallah from tomorrow we'll try to give you some coverage from Hadiqatul Mahdi also. For now I understand that here in Fazl Mosque we have a guest that we'd like to speak with. So I'm going to hand over to Farhad Ahmed, who is currently with the guest. So over to you, Farhad.
جزاکم اللہ. السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. ناظرین، میرے ساتھ اس وقت قادیان سے مہمان تشریف لائے ہیں اور ان کا نام منیر احمد خادم صاحب ہے اور وہ قادیان میں بطور ناظر اصلاح و ارشاد خدمت کی توفیق پا رہے ہیں. آئیے ہم ان سے بات کرتے ہیں. السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ.
السلام ورحمۃ اللہ.
تو ناظر صاحب، یہ آپ کا پہلا یو کے کا جلسہ ہے جس میں آپ شرکت کر رہے ہیں یا آپ پہلے بھی تشریف لا چکے ہیں؟
اللہ کے فضل سے خاکسار کو سب سے پہلے سن 1990 میں یو کے جلسہ سلانہ میں شرکت کی توفیق ملی تھی. ان دنوں جلسہ یہ اسلام آباد میں ہوتا تھا جی. تو اور اس کے بعد پھر 2003 میں آنے کا موقع ملا. 2003 میں حضرت خلیفۃ المسیح الخامس سیدہ اللہ تعالیٰ بن نصر العزیز کا پہلا سال تھا خلافت کا. اور آج جب کہ حضور ایدہ اللہ تعالیٰ بن نصر العزیز کی اس مبارک خلافت کو 10 سال مکمل ہو چکے ہیں، تو اللہ تعالیٰ نے خاکسار کو یہ توفیق عطا فرمائی. اور قادیان سے اور بھی دوست آئے ہیں کہ ہم لوگ یہاں پہ اس جلسہ میں شرکت کے لیے آئے ہیں، اور یہ اللہ تعالیٰ کا بڑا فضل اور اس کا احسان ہے. جیسا کہ سیدنا حضرت اقدس مسیح موعود علیہ الصلاۃ والسلام نے فرمایا کہ یہ للہ جلسہ سلانہ قادیان سے، جس کی بنیاد سن 1891 میں حضرت اقدس مسیح موعود علیہ الصلاۃ والسلام نے رکھی تھی. اور پھر اب اس جلسہ سلانہ کی شاخیں پوری دنیا میں پھیل گئیں جیسا کہ ہم سب جانتے ہیں. اور اصل جلسہ جو ہے وہ ہوتا ہے جہاں خلیفۃ المسیح کی شرکت ہوتی ہے. اگرچہ خلیفۃ المسیح ایدہ اللہ تعالیٰ بن نصر العزیز کی شرکت یو کے جلسے کے علاوہ جرمنی میں اور بعض دیگر جلسوں میں بھی ہوتی ہے، لیکن چونکہ حضور کی یہاں ایک رہائش ہے، اس حوالے سے یہ جلسہ جو یو کے کا جلسہ ہے ایک مرکزی حیثیت اختیار کر گیا ہے اور بڑا عظیم الشان، اور دن دگنی رات چگنی ہر سال ہم دیکھتے ہیں بڑی ترقی ہو رہی ہے اس جلسے میں.
تو منیر صاحب، آپ نے جو یو کے جلسے کے دن ہوتے ہیں ان میں سے بات ایسے جلسے ہیں جن میں آپ قادیان میں تھے، تو قادیان میں کیسا ماحول ہوتا ہے اس دن، ان ایام میں جب یو کے جلسہ ہو رہا ہوتا ہے، اور کس طرح اہتمام کیا جاتا ہے کہ حضور کے خطابات اور باقی خطابات کو سنا جائے اور جلسے کی کارروائی کو دیکھا جائے اور سنا جائے MTA پہ؟
جی، جیسا کہ میں نے عرض کیا کہ یو کے کا جو یہ جلسہ سالانہ ہے اللہ کے فضل سے ایک مرکزی حیثیت اختیار کر گیا ہے. تو اس حوالے سے اس جلسے کی نہ صرف قادیان کے احباب کو بلکہ پوری دنیا میں ایک انتظار لگی رہتی ہے کہ کب ہوگا یہ جلسہ. اور لوگ ہم سے وہاں سوال کرتے ہیں، تاریخیں معلوم کرتے ہیں، بار بار پوچھتے ہیں کب آنے والا ہے. اس کے لیے پھر ہم ان سے پوچھتے ہیں کہ کیا آپ وہاں تیاری وغیرہ کیا چل رہی ہے آپ کی، تو بتاتے ہیں کہ ہم پورے جس طرح قادیان میں جلسہ ہوتا ہے یا یو کے میں جلسہ ہو رہا ہے، تو یو کے میں جیسے احباب بیٹھ کے جلسہ سنتے ہیں، باقاعدہ انتظامات کیے جاتے ہیں لوگوں کے آنے کے، جانے کے، کھانے کے، پینے کے، باقاعدہ ہر جگہ. بلکہ ہندوستان میں 20 جگہ ایسی ہوتی ہیں جہاں پر کہ قادیان کے علاوہ قادیان میں بھی اللہ کے فضل سے کہ لنگر بھی کھل جاتے ہیں حضرت مسیح السلام کے. لوگ تینوں دن وہاں آتے ہیں، سینٹر بن جاتے ہیں 100 کلومیٹر 200 کلومیٹر کے فاصلے پہ، اور وہ لوگ وہاں اکٹھے ہوتے ہیں. جلسے کی پوری کیفیت بنتی ہے، کھانے کا انتظام ہوتا ہے، بیٹھنے کا، نمازوں کا. جو لوگ راتوں کو رکتے ہیں پھر وہاں تہجد بھی پڑھ رہے ہوتے ہیں. تو ایسا جیسے یہاں ہم جلسے کے موقع پہ تہجد بھی پڑھتے ہیں، ہر جلسے میں ہوتی ہے. یہاں کھانے کا انتظام بھی ہوتا ہے، جلسہ سننے کا انتظام بھی ہوتا ہے، حضور کے خطابات بھی سنے جاتے ہیں. تو بس صرف دوری، جسمانی دوری ہوتی ہے، لیکن MTA نے اللہ کے فضل سے وہ بھی ختم کر دی ہے. تو حضور کے خطبات سن رہے ہوتے ہیں، لطف اندوز ہو رہے ہوتے ہیں. اور بڑا عجیب قسم کا دنیا میں ہر جگہ، مجھے بعض دفعہ ہندوستان میں باہر قادیان سے جب ہم دورے پہ جاتے ہیں تو ان دوروں کے دوران یو کے کا جلسہ بھی آ رہا ہوتا ہے. تو ہم یہ شرکت کر کے ان جلسوں میں دیکھ رہے ہوتے ہیں، اور ایسا معلوم ہوتا ہے کہ یہ لوگ بھی اپنے پیارے امام کے دیدار کے لیے اور ان کے خطابات کے سننے کے لیے ایسے ترس رہے ہوتے ہیں کہ اب جلسہ آیا تو ہم نے سننا، اور ٹکٹکی باندھ کے جو ہے وہ سارا دیکھ رہے ہوتے ہیں. بڑا عجیب سا سما ہوتا ہے.
اور غیر احمدی احباب بھی، ان کو بھی سنایا جاتا ہے جلسہ؟
غیر احمدی احباب کو جو ہمارے احمدی دوست ہیں وہ شریک کرتے ہیں. بلکہ میں تو یہاں تک کہوں گا کہ غیر احمدیوں کے علاوہ جو ہمارے ہندو بھائی ہیں، جو سکھ بھائی ہیں، وہ بھی خاص ایک اہتمام کے ساتھ حضور کے ساتھ بڑی محبت ہونے کی وجہ سے وہ بعض ان میں سے ایسے بھی ہیں کہ وہ ان جلسوں میں شرکت کرتے ہیں اور باقاعدہ حضور کے خطابات سنتے ہیں، بڑی توجہ سے سنتے ہیں. جی.
اور ابھی آپ یہاں یو کے جلسے پہ تشریف لائے ہوئے ہیں، تو یہاں کا ماحول کیسا ہے اور آپ کو کیسا لگ رہا ہے اس وقت؟
یو کے کا जलसे का माहौल जैसा कि पूरी दुनिया में ही है, लेकिन यहाँ तो एक निराली शान है क्योंकि हजूर यहाँ हैं, खलीफतुल मसीह का मुबारक वजूद यहाँ पे है। तो यहाँ पर तो अजीब अजीब समा हम देखते हैं कि हर साल ही जो जलसा है उसकी हालत बदली हुई है, आने वालों की भी, जलसे के इंतज़ामात की भी, रौनक की भी और शमूलियत करने वालों की भी। तो सारी अजीब व गरीब कैफियत है और हम यहाँ आए हैं, आज दूसरा दिन है, इधर उधर घूम के देख रहे हैं सारा समा, मस्जिद का भी, नमाज़ों का भी सारा माहौल देख रहे हैं। अल्लाह ताला ने अजीब व गरीब समा बांध रखा है, अल्लाह ताला का बड़ा फजल और उसका एहसान है।
बहुत शुक्रिया आपके तशरीफ़ लाने का, बहुत शुक्रिया, जज़ाकल्लाह। So now we'll head back to Zakaria. Jazakumullah.
Jazakallah Farhad Sahib. I was of course one of the respected guests for Jalsa. The guest, of course, as this is the Jalsa, is a guest of the Promised Messiah alayhi salam, as well as being our guest. So we welcome him and we welcome all our other guests, and inshallah over the next few days during this program we'll also bring you some interviews with some of the other guests that are visiting the Jalsa from across the globe. So we look forward to that. For now, we're going to head over to Bet al-Fatu, where of course Khalid is covering that location because we have an update to give you from Bet al-Fatu now. So over to you, Khalid.
The Nazim Office Jalsa Salana 2. Imran Sahib, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
First of all, I'd like to ask you, what does your department do?
Okay, this is Office Jalsa Salana 2. Primarily for the public, it's for vehicle passes. We also help in the administration of Jalsa itself, with the Office Jalsa Salana itself. But the vehicle passes side is the real intensive side. We basically issue car passes for those who are attending Jalsa and for admin purposes for people who are using their vehicles inside the arena and in various parts of Jalsa Gar.
Okay, so if I wanted to go to Jalsa, what do I need to do?
Well, okay, if you're a normal member of the UK Jamaat, you will already have hopefully received your pass to our special car park that we have right near Hadiqatul Mehdi. We have a shuttle service that goes from that car park to Hadiqatul Mehdi. It's running 24/7. It was extremely successful last year. On average, it took people 15 minutes to get home, leaving the car park from Hadiqatul Mehdi, whereas those who are parking in Hadiqatul Mehdi, they were taking about 45 minutes, an hour to get out. So that car park has been very successful. We've extended that to the whole of the UK Jamaat now. So the main car park for Jalsa is this country market. In addition to that, obviously, if you are coming from overseas, you're entitled to park in Hadiqatul Mehdi. There is a procedure on our website, on the Jalsa Salana website. There is a procedure there. So all our guests from abroad who are coming, they go on the website, everything is explained there, the form is there, they get it tested from their local Jamaat, they send it to us here, and we will send them a confirmation email welcoming them to Jalsa, and that will be their temporary pass for them to enter Hadiqatul Mehdi. The other category of passes is for administrators, those who are involved in the working and the running of Jalsa. There are lots of different passes, about 15 different types of passes for different functions, but basically at the end of the day, that is what it is. There's also a car park for our guests who are coming. They will park at the rear near the reserve car park. So that in summary is basically the types of passes we've got.
Okay. So if, for example, say I'm coming, I want to stay in Hadiqatul Mehdi, or let's say if I want to stay in Islamabad, will I need an additional pass for that? If I have my own tent or something and I want to pitch up, will I need additional pass?
Well, there's no parking in Islamabad. The last few years we have moved all of the hired tents and those people who are hiring tents, or those people who are using their own private tents, all of them will be in Hadiqatul Mehdi. So basically, if you are hiring a tent or you're going to be going there, then you will be going to Hadiqatul Mehdi. Yeah. So all of the provisions are there. We've got a fantastic place there in Hadiqatul Mehdi. We've got all the services there. So alhamdulillah, everything's in one location. You're right near Jalsa Gar. So there's no parking in Islamabad. I need to stress that to all members of wherever you're coming from. For the last couple of years, there's not been any parking in Islamabad. Islamabad is being used for roti plant and for various other the services as well, but nothing for the public as such. So the main car parks, effectively, just to summarise, is the country market, which is only a couple of miles away from Hadiqatul Mehdi, and Hadiqatul Mehdi itself.
Okay, so what happens if someone comes to the Jalsa site and they don't have a pass? What would happen?
Right. Okay. First of all, I would hope that would be very rare, because they would have. You should get in touch with the local president, or they could even email us if anybody has any doubts about what kind of pass or what they need to do. If they don't understand what's going on the website, they can always email us. If I can give out the email address, it's carpasses@ahmadiyya.org.uk. So if you email us, we've got a team working, a webmaster who's going to be emailing you back and let you know, give you all of the reassurances that you need. If you, for some reason, for instance, you make a last-minute plan to come to Jalsa and you hire a car and you come to Hadiqat al-Mahdi, if you do come, we will have our team there at gate 1, okay? And we will then help you through the procedure if there's any issues. It would be best probably for you to go to the country market, because there will be very little restriction there. So the best thing is to go to country market. But if somebody does come by mistake, then we can deal with the situation there in Hadiqat al-Mahdi, no problem.
Okay. So just another question. I know there's a focus on getting people to come by public transport. How many vehicles can you actually accommodate?
Well, there's two different things here. Obviously, everybody knows we have a 208-acre site in Hadiqat al-Mahdi. There is a lot of space, and people think maybe we can put in as many cars as we want. For us, the planning of Jalsa involves us working with the local authorities, with our neighbours, with the various different people, and it's extremely important that we keep them all on board. So what we do is we agree with them, because obviously every car that goes on the road is an additional car, it's an additional potential blockage. So we agree with them that we will restrict the number of people who would go to Hadiqat al-Mahdi. So that is why we have to have a degree of control. So that is why we have this country market, which is attempting to kind of hold the situation. So the essence of the problem, what we're trying to deal with there, is that we're trying to balance our responsibilities to our neighbours. We want the Jamaat to have a positive reputation in that area, and that is why we have the control. We can and usually do accommodate, approximately 3,000 or so cars. We expect that that's going to be the case similarly this year. And that is an agreed number that we have with them. But as I said, in terms of the country market, it's been a great success. And I would urge everybody, they will have no fears at all. The shuttle service will be working perfectly well. We've made contingency plans for all of that, and you will find the experience of Jalsa a lot better if you go to country market.
Okay. One last question.
Sure.
In terms of attendance, if we look at the number of passes that you've issued already, that would probably give us an indication of a likely attendance. So how many passes have you issued so far, and how many are you likely to issue in the next coming days?
Well, it is fairly stable each year, because don't forget we have people who come from abroad, and that usually swells the number as well. Our guests from abroad, who we welcome all the time, they swell the number quite considerably, and also our friends in Germany and in Europe. This year, I have to say, the number of vehicles that have pre-registered and have received their emails is greater than it was this time last year. So alhamdulillah, I hope and I'm praying that a lot more members are coming from Germany and from France and various other places. So far, so good. Alhamdulillah, the attendance is looking greater than it was last year from the point of view of my department, but I'm just one Nazim, and there are lots of other Nazims who deal with the hospitality side and the management side of Jalsa. So I think once you get a picture from them, I'm sure you'll interview them. That is really where we are at the moment, yeah?
Imran Sahib, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for letting us know about the procedure to get car passes. Jazakallah. Now we'll head back over to Zakaria in Fazl Mosque.
Jazakallah Khalid Sahib. Welcome back to Fazl Mosque. Viewers, we're running short of time, so I'm going to head straight back over to Hadiqat al-Mahdi now, so that you can have a quick update from Hadiqat al-Mahdi. So over to you, Shafqat in Hadiqat al-Mahdi.
Can you hear us?
Testing 1 2 3. Hello, testing. Testing 1 2 3.
उनको स्टॉप करना।
Awesome. So viewers, as you can see that we're showing you live pictures there from the site from where the 3 days of Jalsa proceedings will take place. So as you can see, the marquees are have been erected. In fact, these are actually live pictures from there. We'll inshallah head over there later as well. But as you viewers will know, that the Jalsa is only now 8 days away. It will start inshallah next Friday on the 30th of August. And in fact, we have a tweet from a viewer who says that the Buildup team is really making everyone realize that Jalsa is just a week away now. So that is true. It is just a week away. We're approaching fast. And as you can see from the pictures, the live pictures that we saw there, that the Jalsa Gah has been erected. It's almost erected, 90% complete. And inshallah, the next milestone really for the organization team is for Sunday for the inauguration ceremony, when inshallah Hazur Aqdas will inspect the site to make sure for its completion. It looks like we're well on way to be ready for that day, which is just 2-3 days ago for the inspection. And so, viewers, we're actually going to go back over to Shafqat in Hadikatul Mahdi, where he will be able to give us inshallah some more updates on some of the other activities that have been happening there. So back over to Hadikatul Mahdi and to Shafqat.
Hello. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Hello.
I think he's having a few problems trying to hear us. Shafqat, we just wanted to get an update from how things were progressing there in Hadikatul Mahdi. We can see the pictures clearly. It would be nice to hear from you as well. Inshallah, we'll hear from you a little later. In the meanwhile, please do to continue to contact us, email us, or tweet us. Also, be sure to follow our blog, which is at mta.tv/Jalsa Connect. On there will be the coverage of today's show and various other information regarding Jalsa. So please do follow us at that time. I think we're now running out of time, so we only have a very short while. I think what I'd like to conclude with is that, well, please do join us tomorrow. In tomorrow's show, we will inshallah head over and get more of a complete report from Hadikatul Mahdi. We'll also go to be here in Fazl Mosque, and we'll also, of course, cover Baitul Futuh where Khalid is, and get the updates from that location as well. So we look forward to hearing from you. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I think now we will conclude the show. So from me and from the Jalsa Build-Up team here in Fazl Mosque, Hadikatul Mahdi, and also in Baitul Futuh, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
मुबारक 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 ये दिन हो